Power nil. Total loss of vision. Sensor plates not functioning. And weaponry deactivated. What is this thing? It's a Dalek. A what? Let's just say they're not very welcoming company. Question is, what's it doing here in the first place? Looks like a great tin can pepper pot to me. Yes, well, looks can be deceiving. Inside each of those shells is a living, bubbling lump of hate, with one instinct alone. And what's that? To destroy. It's the only thing a Dalek's good for. Never seen a Dalek like this before, Doctor. Must be something new. Yes. Some sort of anti-wave light-reflecting Dalek, I should imagine. Must help them go about undetected. This must be some sort of scout. Obviously it was sent down here on this planet to scavenge the area. But now, it's totally dead. You know, this is all rather fascinating. I'd like to investigate a bit further. Let's lift off the top. No, don't do that. Most Daleks have an automatic distress call. Even though they're deactivated, the transmitter may still be functioning. Leave it alone. Thanks for the heads up, Doctor. Nevertheless, I'm still going to have to turn you in. Both of you. Come on, you're going back to our base. But what about the Dalek? We can't just leave it here. There might be more hanging around. That is not our problem. Well, can I at least get a sample of the infection? There's a diseased man back there and he's now dead. But I'd rather like to get a sample of the infection for scanning. Obviously you have equipment back at your base. Scientific equipment that would obviously be of great use. To help me understand what this infection is. You are civilians. You're not authorised to make such investigations. Then can I at least take them back for your scientists to investigate? I suppose that could be plausible. Why should you want to help us? Because if there are Daleks here, you're going to need as much help as you can get. Alright, but be quick. Report. Message from Dalek Scout 24601, initiating total investigation of planet D-7. Understood. The area has been observed accordingly. Excellent. The planet is now ready for us to touch down and begin Phase 2 of the operation. We will begin Phase 2 of the operation. I will report progress to the Dalek Supreme Controller. Oh, it's a sort of underground station. I wasn't expecting this. Well, obviously these people have been living underground for quite some time. Probably to shed themselves from the hostile plant life. Our captain's ready to see you now. Tell me, what was your name? Josh, was it? Tell me, how long have you been living underground? About 4 years, sir. It was after our spaceship dramatically crash-landed on this planet that we found the means of, well, degrading ourselves down here. For what reasons? We believe the atmosphere to be poisonous. It's perfectly habitable. You've been out there yourself. Yes, but sometimes the plant life can't be all that friendly. Plus, if you stay out in the ultraviolet sunlight for too long, well, it can leave very severe scars on your skin. I see. Things were more simpler when Zudin was alive. Zudin? Who's Zudin? Our ship commander. He was killed when we crash-landed here. And who takes command of you now? Morden's in command. And who's Morden? He's our technical coordinator. What's going on, Josh? I thought I told you to send in the civilians. I'm so sorry, dear chap. You must forgive me for this intrusion. I was asking your friend here about the nature of your mission. Such information is confidential. Don't worry, I wasn't asking too personal questions. How do you do? I'm the doctor. I don't shake hands with civilians. There's no need to have an attitude like that. We're not rogues. We're completely harmless. I shall be the judge of that. Josh, where did you find these two? They were skulking around in the city, sir. And what were you doing over there? Trying to find help. There is no help. Not anymore. Everyone knows that this planet is dead. But why? Surely you must have found out a reason for it. You've been here long enough. That's just what we're trying to do. get off this planet. We've been trying to generate enough power, but ever since then we haven't really had much success. You feel the gravitational pull is holding you back? Or something on this planet doesn't want us to leave? We keep trying to radio for help, but there doesn't really seem to be much success, unfortunately. Where are you from, exactly? Which planet, I mean? You ask a lot of questions for a civilian. Well, it's the only way to truly understand. We are an expeditionary group from Skaro. Skaro? Then you must be Thals. You are correct, civilian. Not civilian, doctor. As you may or may not know, civilian, Skaro is dying. We travel around the galaxy, going from planet to planet to realise which one is most habitable for us. And now we landed here. Well, crashed. Onto Digrod 7. Digrod 7? But isn't that in the distillation system? Indeed. Well, ever since we crash landed here, we've been trying our best to get back, but haven't really had much success. I wonder. Suppose I was to help you get off this planet. Escape is futile now. You're about as stuck here as we are. Yes, well, supposing I was to suggest the possibility that we might be able to get off this planet together. What would you say to that? Don't know. I wouldn't trust you. You're a civilian. An outcast. I may be a civilian and an unidentified sealer, but that doesn't mean make me a bad person, does it? Especially if I'm offering to help. But why should you want to help us? Because it's in my nature to assist the needy. That's why. You are space travellers? Well, sort of, yes. Can you promise that we can get off this planet? Well, I can't promise anything. But what I can promise is I'll try. All right. I suppose we must try everything. But how you can be so sure, I don't know. Well, the first thing I'm going to have to do is to gain access to one of your laboratories. I very much want to examine the sample of the disease that I found. You'll need my help. I'm a scientist. Very well, we'll just leave you to it. Spatial drive initiated. We are ready to touch down. Doctor, would you mind letting me know what it is you're doing? In time, Tom, in time. I'm trying to examine the protocol of these embryon cells that I found on the man diseased. The one we found dead. Yes, well anyway. I'm examining his tissue compression. I want to know what this disease is and how it killed him. Yes. Well, I wasn't expecting that. What? Apparently this disease, whatever it is, doesn't kill instantly. It sort of holds on in the victim, clutches onto the victim and kills it slowly, so that they suffer a rather slower, agonizing death. Hence the reason why his skin deteriorated. Yes. It must force the host to go on. It's as if it's not quite perfect, it's a sort of test run. So what are you trying to say? I think, Tom, that Digrod 7 is one of the metaphorical guinea pigs in a far larger experiment. A far larger experiment of what? I'm not sure, but I intend to find out. What's happening? Sonic wave! Another spaceship's hit the atmosphere! Alden, come back! Doctor! What is it? Nothing but trouble is what it is. You need to get out of here. Why? That's a Dalek spaceship. Back the way we came, quickly. We're surrounded.